Hello and welcome to my impromptu live. Hi, I'm Shannon with Pick and Boots Vintage, and I'm coming on to you live today because I've had a busy morning. So I thought, what the heck? Let's just throw a live in there. If you saw my reel earlier or my story, you know that I've already got my chicken eggs. I stained the whole fence around my garden. I went to play pickleball for an hour and a half, and I thought, what the heck? Let's let's do a live, because if you saw, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, I asked my audience, which is you, which project I should do. Should I do the lamp with the Poppies paper, or should I do the dresser with the Andy Skinner paper? And well, the votes were the Andy Skinner paper, so that's what I did. And I thought it came out super cute. It's in my antique booth, and hopefully it'll sell soon. I just brought it in. Who knows? But I thought, let's go ahead and let's do this lamp, because I did have a lot of votes for the lamp. Just not as many as I did for the, hey Sheila, just not as much as I did for the other one. So, now, I'm sorry, my hair is so wet. I just showered. If you saw my story, you know that I just got home a little while ago. Quickly showered. Tried to make sure I had everything ready. So I think I do, though. Now, I've never really decoupage, put rice paper on a lampshade before, but I mean, how hard can it be? So we're going to do that today. And I kind of devised my own way to do it. I don't know if it's the right way, the wrong way. I'm sure... I don't know. We're going to find out. Like I said, I've never done it before. So I'm going to put the lampshade to the side just for a minute, because what I need to do is, this is plastic, but I really like the shape. It's unique. It's a small lamp, so it's perfect for like a small table in the corner, or maybe even, in the bathroom. So here's the sticker. I saved the sticker. Oh, let me do this. Let me do this. There we go. Now you can see what I'm talking about. So I have a sticker here. This is from Goodwill. It was $4.99. So why not get it? Even if I mess it up, which I have done that before, it was only $5 and I learned something. So now, because it's plastic, I have to make sure that I put a primer on here to make sure that whatever I do decide to put on here will stay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using the PentArt bonding primer. Now, if you don't know this yet, I'm a big PentArt lover. I love all their products. I started on January 1st, so 6 months ago. I broke down all the PentArt products into different categories, and I am creating 1 to 3 minute videos to say what it is, how to use it, and some pro tips. So that is on my blog. It's also on my YouTube, or it's in my group called Shanna's Makers and Creators. Anyway, I have a lampshade I need to do something with. Well, hopefully, Sheila, this will turn out and you'll love it. And you can choose any rice paper. This, I just love the Poppies. And because it's so big and bold, I think it's going to be perfect on this lamp. And actually, as I'm looking at it, the gray kind of looks nice. But I can always change my mind. I might want to do a green. I might want to do a white. So we're going to go ahead and do the bonding primer anyway. So the bonding primer. Hey, Luann. Happy Wednesday. Thanks for joining. I really have to start doing more lives. I really enjoy them. I always think about doing it, but I just never do. So I need to start. So the bonding primer, you need to make sure you stir it really good. I already did that prior to starting. Now, the trick with the bonding primer, the PentArt bonding primer, is you want to put on 2 coats, but less is more. You want to use thin coats. It does have a little bit of an odor, but not that bad. And it does dry pretty fast, But the trick about the bonding primer to make sure that it really truly works is you do need to let it sit for 24 hours. So what we're going to do is we're going to put on the 2 coats. Put the first coat on, let it dry, put the second coat, and then let it dry overnight. That way you will be assured that your bonding primer will work. And that's generally the same rule of thumb for most of the primers. I know it is the same thing with the Dixie Belle primer, Boss, I think it's. And they just put what? I don't know, about a year ago they put the bonding primer with the stain blocker together, so now they have a nice new product. All right. Just going to get the top here. We're going to set this aside, and then we're going to tackle the lampshade. All right, so I received a comment this morning that somebody still didn't know that I had left Florida and came to North Carolina. You know what? I really don't post all that much. I shouldn't say I do. I do try to post once a day, but I have so much content, and I leave a lot of it out because I don't want to. I feel like I don't want to post that much, but you know what? Maybe I just should start posting more. You can always skip over it, right? All right, so we're going to set this to the side to dry. Hold on. I just saw a drip. Definitely what you don't want is you don't want to have a drip or a glump somewhere because that'll show through. Even though we're going to decoupage. Oh wait, no, we're not decoupaging over this. Well, we could. But if you're going to paint over it, you want to make sure you have nice, long strokes because you will see them. And if I have glumps or drips or whatever, that will show through on your... Hey, Lori, welcome. That will show through. So you want to make sure when you're using the primer that you know what you're going to do on top of it. And if you're not sure, always just go with the smooth strokes. Okay, so I'll put that down there. Ooh, I forgot a thing to put my water in, my brushes, so I'll just do it like this. Okay. So those of you that saw the short video or my story a few minutes ago, but well, I guess I posted it when I got home at 11. I quickly took a shower, but I don't have my hair up, but it's driving me crazy because it's still wet. So I'm going to put it up real quick. I don't have a clip, so let's see if I can do it with a paintbrush. I've done it before. It has saved me. Let's just go for it. There we go. We'll see how long that lasts. All right. On to the lampshade. Of course, I was painting something the other day, and I dripped on it. But the rest of it's pretty good. Actually, I dropped it too. So it was pure white and clean, but then, of course, I dropped it. But with this paper, hopefully a dark part will cover all that so it won't come through. So let's go ahead and open it. Now this is one of the large formats. Decoupage Queen comes in a variety of sizes, all the way from A4, which is the 8.5 by 11, all the way up to the A0, which is ginormous. I use a lot of these A0s for papers. So let me just show you a comparison real quick. Actually, I'll do it right here. This will be easier. This is an A4. This is 8.5 by 11. This is an A0, which is what I'm going to be using today. Obviously, I don't need the whole paper, so I'm just going to probably use the top part and then save the rest for another project, which I do have in mind for the puppy, because it go in the same room with the lamp. All right, so let me just show you. Look how big this paper is. I know I'm only in a little circle, but it's pretty big. If I put it to the floor, it goes up to here on me. That's how big it is. So, all right. So now what I need to do is I need to look over the paper, and I need to decide which part of the paper do I want to do. Do I want to keep it where it's all the red poppy? There is some yellows mixed in here. Do I want, I don't know. I kind of like this section here, the large. I love this large one here. So now with the piece of shades With the price, oh yes, the price of shades. Isn't that crazy? Shade prices are ridiculous. I don't know. So I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to try it. We'll see what happens. I'm going to basically smudge my decoupage medium all over this and then kind of roll it with the paper. And then I'll cut around it afterwards. Or I guess I could try to take my pencil. Ooh, maybe I'll do that. Take my pencil, and as I roll it, that way I can cut it and it would be better. I don't know. We'll try it. Like I said, I've never done this before. So, isn't it huge, Nancy? But it's a great paper, and I've used this one on a dresser. It came out amazing. I did this, oh my gosh, probably, I don't know, 4 years ago I did it. It was on a red, antique, old, beautiful dresser. I'll have to tag a picture of that dresser in the comments. I think there's a reel on my Instagram. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to flip this bad boy over. Now, what I didn't do, because this was a spur-of-the-moment decision, is I didn't bring a pen with me. So what I'm going to do is, I do have a pencil right here. And, I'm getting a phone call on my phone. We're going to ignore that. So I'm hoping it should cover, yeah, it'll cover the whole thing. So that's perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, wish me luck. Oh my goodness. We're going to start, if I do it like this, I really need to, no. All right, like I said, never done this before, so we are experimenting together. I guess if I took a marker and I did it at the same time, but that would be really tricky. I know there's a trick to it, but I'm just going to do this. You know, what the heck. If I make a mistake, I have more paper to use. So let's just go for it. I'm going to start down here because I want to get that big poppies. Okay, I'm rolling. Oops, don't do that. Pull it down just a scotch. What I'll do is I'll cut one side and then I'll cut the other side. So let's hope that this works. Oh, thank you, Sheila. I'm holding mine myself. All right, so let's go. And I'm going to want a little extra because I'm going to want to let it lip around the top. But for this side, I'm just going to cut just to the right of that line. And let's just hope. I'll put this to the side. The nice thing is that this paper is so big, like I can use this for journaling or on a small book or whatever, because look at how beautiful it is. So I always tend to save my scraps, especially my bigger ones. If you could see all the stuff I have in my studio. I don't think I've ever really given anybody a full tour of my studio in North Carolina now. I have so much stuff. Let's just see how this is going. Oh yeah, look at that. See? Perfect. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing, but hey Carol, welcome. I'm going to leave a little bit of an edge just so I can make sure that I can roll it over onto. Oh wait, look at that. I can't even see it. I'm sorry, my picture was blocking it. So just so I can roll it up and put it in here like this. So let's go ahead and attempt this. So I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to put my pencil on the other side. I'm going to use my hip to kind of keep the paper in place because it rolled away from me last time. Oh boy, here we go. Oh. Oh, it's... All right, I'm going to pull it this way just a hair. There we go. And let's continue on. Now, it's not going to be exactly perfect, but you know what? Decoupage can be very forgiving, rice paper especially. There we go. And I think that's going to do it. So, I have my line here from me rolling it. I don't know if that's the way you're supposed to do it. You know, I could have Googled it or, you know, looked on YouTube. But I didn't figure it should be that hard. But we're going to see. Hopefully this is going to be... Now, if it doesn't work that I cut it correctly, I can always add some acrylic paints. I can fill in. I can use ribbons. So that's why I wasn't too concerned. But let's go ahead and see how we did. Remember, I want to keep a little bit of... Did I? Oh, yeah. Perfect. Oh, so it's going to be just right. Look at that. I love it. Now, what I need to decide is what type of decoupage medium do I want to use? Because, you know, I love pen art. Hey, Melinda. Some people call me crazy, but I just, you know what, I like to have fun. I like to see what we can and cannot do. Leslie, the paper is beautiful, isn't it? It is just gorgeous. I just absolutely love this paper. But I'm a red person. I love, love, love red. Red to me is a very happy color. To other people, it's not, but I just love it. Okay. So, like, there's regular decoupage medium by Pentart. This one's Silky Shine, so it'll give you kind of a shiny finish. Then I have matte, which comes in a squeeze bottle, which I love because you can just spit it out. But this is more on the fabric side than maybe paper or... so I think I might want to use the textile. Because what that does is going to kind of fill in the porous areas. And if it was really porous, like a t-shirt or something, you generally want to put on a layer first, let it dry, and then put it on. But it's pretty good. I mean, it's not 100% fabric, but it's fabric-ish. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and use the Pentart textile. And I only had a little bit left in this one, so I did get an extra one just in case. So I really, really like this poppy, so I want to make sure that this gets on there. And I want to get rid of this white line here that's on the rice paper. And to make it lay better and blend a little better, sometimes you just want to tear it. You can either tear it just like this, or you can wet the edges. So I'm just going to go ahead and tear it like this. There we go. All right. Here we go. I keep laughing only because this right here where I dropped it, it looks like it's a footprint. So I don't know if when I dropped it, I landed on a footprint in the studio because the studio is cement and it comes in from the outside. But I don't know. I don't know. Let's do a test run. So put it like here. Oh my goodness. So you can kind of see what it's going to look like. Now I wish I would have got more of the red poppy here, but it's still pretty. I love this here. And I definitely don't want to cover up this poppy. So I'm going to draw a line to right here, and I'm going to go ahead and tear it. I'm just going to score it and make sure it's covering it. Yeah. and I'm going to tear it there. Now I can always come back in and use this part and maybe put this over the white if I want to. So we're going to save that. And if I don't use that on the white, over the white, I can save it for another project because that is a big piece. All right. So let's see, I've got my cellophane ready. I always use cellophane when I'm using rice paper or any kind of decoupage because I have found that this is the best for smooshing down your paper. So there's no wrinkles. All right. So we're going to just do a section at a time. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, no, I probably want to put the seam over this seam. That way when it's actually on the lamp, the seam generally goes in the back anyway. So let's start there. So I'm going to be generous with the decoupage medium. I'm not going to worry about the edges yet, just in case I need to pick it up and move it or whatever. So, oh yeah, that's perfect. I can go back and tuck the edges in. All right, let me make sure this is rolling the right way. It was wrong. So I'm going to go this way. All right, hold on a second. I painted the wrong, I should have went this way, but instead of going to go this way, so I've got to do it like that, right? Yes, okay. Whew. Confused myself for a second there. I just don't want to make a mistake. So I'm just going to make sure it runs smoothly around, and it does. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to go back here. Where's my cellophane? Here it is. And I'm just going to firmly, because the lampshade is not a hard surface, so I'm holding my hand underneath the lampshade. But look, it's adhering beautifully. Okay, so I'm going to fold this back and I do some more. I think it's hot everywhere. Today, it is crazy how hot it is. Not necessarily humid, but it's like 97 or something with a 100 heat index. Whew, way too hot. So my poor chickens, if you saw my video earlier, you know that I now have chickens. I've been freezing a big block of ice and sticking blackberries and seeds and stuff in there for them, and they absolutely love it. And it helps cool them down. The nice thing is they have a huge, well, not a huge, but they have a big shade area. I feel sorry for the poor chickens that don't have any shade. All right. Oh, this is going on beautifully. Oh, hey, Pam. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Well, you're not technically late. Nobody really knew I was coming on till, I don't know, like 11 when I got home from pickleball, and I decided, hey, let's go live. Okay, I need something to stop this from rolling. There we go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and open up my new. If you're just coming out, I'm using the Decoupage Varnish and Glue Textile, only because it's fabric-like. So, and this is perfect for fabric. Again, I'm being generous. Now I'm hoping where I have this black splotch that it's going to go ahead and cover that with the flower. Hopefully it all lines up. Loving it. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Hey, Michaela, oh my gosh, how are you? I haven't talked to you in forever. I hope your trip was good. Hope you had a great time. Oh, speaking, Michaela, when you were here last time, we did that live sale. Well, remember I told you I was going to put together all these kits, like mystery boxes? Well, guess what? I finally did it. They've actually been sitting around forever. But look, I have 6 of them ready to go. 6. You're not even going to believe what's in here. Like this one's valued, this is box number 2. I think it's valued like $210, and I'm selling it for only $100. I'm going to list these on my Facebook or my website. They have fusion paint or Dixie Belle paint or Painterly or some milk paint or a little bit of everything. I took a picture of every mystery box. So technically it's not a mystery box. It's more of a I have a lot of stuff that I'm not going to use right now, so let me share the wealth with somebody else. But watch for a post on that. I will be putting them on my website probably, hopefully tonight. I've got all the information. I did all the shipping. I have it all written down. All you have to do is load it on Shopify. And then I have a ton of other stuff, but I just need more boxes and more shipping stuff. So make sure that like the paint doesn't crack open, because sometimes the postal service isn't always the gentlest with boxes. Sometimes they throw it, or sometimes simply something falls on that box. Oh wow. Wow. Well, Michaela, sometimes I get the bug and I can be organized. All right, look, coming to the end here. Right, so it's overlapping a little here. So what I'm going to do is I don't want that green to cover over that red. So I'm just going to tear it right here. But when you tear your rice paper, look, you can't really even see the crease. I'm going to go ahead and glue that shut. So you can't even really see where the paper meets, which is pretty incredible. I mean, you can see it right now because I put the paper on, or the glue on the paper part, but once that dries, you're not going to see that. Okay, so what do you think so far? I'm making non-mystery boxes. Yeah, well, so I am digging this so far. I love it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tuck the rest in. I'm going to have to tear the edges where the top of the lampshade is, because of those metal things, but I need to clean up just a little bit. I kind of have decoupage medium flying around. All right, so let's bring this here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear it right here. So I'm going to tear it wherever those little metal things are. I'm going to come back. Ooh. Oh, yes, it's laying down beautifully. Bonnie, love this. I have a new lampshade. I want to decoupage. Do it. Don't be scared. Just do it. Thank you, Michaela. Nancy, thank you. And Sheila. I love it. Thank you guys for the feedback. I really do enjoy doing lives. It's just been forever. I just need to become more consistent. And like this one, I just can't be afraid because I'm not afraid to try new things, but I generally don't try new things on camera, but sometimes I do. Like this, I've never done this before, but I mean, I was thinking, how hard can it be, right? Just like I built it myself a chicken coop, a chicken house. How hard can it be? Ooh, actually, that took up a lot of time, but I am thoroughly enjoying it. Now I'm doing the garden. It's so cool that I'm actually growing vegetables because when I tried in Florida, I think with the heat, they would just burn to death. So up here, my garden is in the sun in the morning, but in the afternoons, it is in the shade. So it's working out beautifully. But I've been using all of the food, like the broccoli and stuff like that, has gone straight to the chickens. Some of the tomatoes and the cucumbers, because the cucumbers I left on too long and they became yellow. Whoops. But I'm learning as I go, and I'm thoroughly, thoroughly enjoying it. All right, let's see. You have now give me inspiration. Now I just need to find the right paper. Well, if you find the right paper and Decoupage Queen has it, I can order in large format if you want. If not, there's retailers, I'm sure, where you're from. I do recommend rice paper over regular decoupage paper, only because rice paper is more forgiving. It's thicker, and it's a lot easier to work with. All right. So now as I'm doing this, I need to start thinking about what the heck am I going to do with the base. I guess I kind of want to see what this lampshade looks like on it. I'm not going to lie, this part's a little awkward, but nothing we can't do. Thanks, Carol. Now the inside is plasticky. I could have switched over to regular decoupage medium, but since I'm using this already and I already have it out, I'm just going to stick with it. All right, let's get the edges. Ah. This side is a little shorter, and it's only purely because of the way I rolled the paper. I didn't have it centered when I put the lampshade on. Oh my gosh, so cute. You know who I think did a lampshade? I think Francesca, my friend Franny from Spirited Livings, I believe, did one. I think I saw her picture. I didn't watch the whole video, or I didn't watch the video, but I have to compare. I have to go back and see how she did it. All right. Wow. Guys, I am in love. Look at this. So, so pretty. And I think part of it is because the flowers are so big. Like if I would have used a smaller decoupage paper with the smaller poppies, I don't think it would have had the same impact. What do you think? Oh, Melinda. Actually, I'm about 10 minutes from the airport. So I'm like Belmont-ish area, just west of Charlotte. I used to have chickens. Eventually, it turned into a bunch of freeloaders, stopped laying, but kept getting fed. Yeah, I could see how that happens. You know what? I can't lie. I've been timid to eat the eggs. I don't know. Okay, while I talk, I'm going to go ahead and put the second layer or the first layer over the whole paper here because that needs to be done. I was kind of like nervous to eat the eggs. I don't know why, because I mean, I've been eating eggs from the grocery store forever, and those technically are already a few weeks old because by the time they get them, process them, you get them from the grocery store, etc., they're not as fresh as going to your backyard and getting them. But I don't know, something weird. I follow these groups and they're all talking about, worms and this and that, and they show pictures, and I'm just like, got kind of grossed out a little bit. But I've cleaned the cage all the time. They get really good food, and I always give them treats. They get that dewormer stuff, so I know that they're okay to eat. So I finally used one of the eggs, and I made homemade spaghetti meatballs yesterday, so I used it in the meatballs. And I didn't tell my family until after we all ate, but they were fine with it. So, but the nice thing is now I can just go out and go get my own eggs, and I'm sure once I fry the egg and put it on, because I like to have guacamole avocado toast in the morning, throw an egg on there, I think it's going to be perfect. I'll let you know how that goes. All right. Wow. All right. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Don't wash until you're going to eat. Yes, I did do that. I have this egg cleaner I got from Tractor Supply. I really didn't know how to wash them, so I scrubbed it for a little bit. I probably overwashed it, but what I thought was really cool is once I opened it, the inside of the shell was the same color as the outside, because I have a couple of chickens that lay the olive green eggs. They first came out blue, now they're olive green. Beautiful eggs. All right. Okay. Use them in baking, yes. What are you doing with eggs? Groups can be bad. Oh, groups can definitely be bad. But it also can be, if I have a question, it could be good too. But I try to look at all that stuff with a grain of salt, knowing that a lot of the people that post the stuff have like 80 chickens, and they all live like in the dirt and stuff. Mine has the premium chicken sand, and I only have 5, and I clean them all the time. So I think there's a little bit of difference. All right, so let's get this back up here. Oh. I'm going to put this on here and then hold it sideways so you can see. Now, right now I have the primer on it. So I need to decide like what color I want this to be. I don't know. I think if I did red, I think red would be too much. I think I really need to let the lampshade dry, because it kind of has a hue over it of the white. I don't know. Let me think about that for a second. Let me see what everybody's saying. Okay, Carol. Whoops. I have a family member who used fake eggs in the coop to encourage production. Yeah. Well, I tried that, Carol, because I was told that chickens can lay eggs as soon as 16 weeks. Well, as soon as 16 weeks came, I knew one of my chickens was ready. Her name is Hawk, and she had the red comb. It was bright red, so I knew she was going to lay. So I put a few eggs in the nesting box, and guess what she did? Outside the nesting box, she laid like 10 eggs in 10 days. It was insane. And every one of them was by the door outside the nesting box. But then my other one, Teeny, my daughter named her after Martini. Teeny laid eggs in the nesting box. So I think Hawk has finally figured it out. And then now Grizz laid one today. And this is her second one. This is her second one in a week. But they've all been really tiny. But they're just darling. And I still have all the ones from the beginning. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fry them, scramble egg them, and then put those shells in. Feed it to chickens because the shells are really good for them. The oyster shells, whatever, helps them. Even though I think it's kind of weird feeding them to chickens, but supposedly they love them, so they're getting them. Okay, I like green. Yes, green. Green for the base, that would be pretty. But the light green, the medium green, the fluorescent green, or the really dark green. Maybe what I'll do is I'll take a picture of it. I'll put one more coat of the primer on, take a picture when this kind of dries, and then you guys can look at it, and then you can tell me. And then I'll come back on and we'll do it together, or I'll do it off camera, and then I'll come on and do a different live. All right. Let's see. Could you take some trim tape, please? Oh yeah, for sure. I think I could do that. Yeah. Could be a good idea. Yeah, I don't know that, but the color of their eggs, yeah, I'm not sure how that works. I just know that they're once you start getting chickens, now all of a sudden you want to get every color egg. Like there's a black Marin or something like that, and they have black eggs, and the whole chicken is black. I love it, and the silkies are super cute. I'm just learning so much. Okay, I bet they don't worry about selling them. Yep, nope. Green or black? Ooh, black could be cool too. Ooh, a moss green. Yeah, that could be. Yeah, definitely. I think white would be too bright. I don't know. I have decisions. Chicken need the calcium. Yes, they do. And I also have oyster shells in there for them. I have everything that I'm supposed to have, and probably a little extra. I built them a swing. I'm currently fencing in my garden so I can put a tunnel in so they can free range in the grass. My husband thinks I'm crazy, but you know what? Oh well. All right, let me come back on just me. So basically, here is the lamp. This is, I just love this, but white will be too bright. So it needs to be a color. Once it dries again, like I said, I'll post a picture and you guys can help me with that. Other than that, does anybody have any, like maybe, ooh, medium grain? Okay. Any questions for me? Like anything on pent art or anything, or maybe what they want to see in the live? I'm thinking that maybe I'll start going live once a week on Wednesdays at noon. I like Wednesdays, and noon is a great time. I would go earlier, but because I'm an early bird, but I know a lot of other people aren't. So anytime you want to see a live, like on how to use something or just something fun, just DM me, comment, or post below. I'm still working on the Pen Art Playbook. This month is Crackles. I am super excited about this one because fine line, crackle, classic, transparent crackle. There's even something called random crackle, which Penta, we're not carrying them anymore, but I have like 20 in stock. So this one's really cool. So that's something you're going to want to learn about and get your hands on if you like the look. So that's coming up. It just takes a while to do all of it. So anyway, those are on YouTube. They're on my blog. All right. Oh, bye, Luann. Everyone have a great day. You too. Thanks again for joining me. And let's do it again next Wednesday at noon. How's that sound? Heart if Wednesday at noon works. All right, guys. If you type in the word I notify, all in one word, lowercase I with a capital N, I notify, you'll be notified every time I go live. But anyway, have a great day and